This is Charlene Renee, your financial strategist here, and I'm back with part 2 of the budgeting video because I didn't get the opportunity to get into the details of how to actually create the budget that you're seeking. So the first step to creating your budget, what you want to do is look back so that you can move forward. And you can do that by going back to your bank account and looking over the last 2 weeks of expenses. And I want you to write down or calculate exactly how much money you spent over the last 2 weeks based on when you last got some income or you last got paid. Now, if you get paid on a monthly basis, I want you to go back over the last month and calculate from then to now as to what you actually spent. So you want to look back so that you can move forward. The reason you want to do this is because while you may have your standard expenses that come out once a month, your steady expenses, there are some things that you probably spent money on that you didn't account for or didn't calculate into your monthly bills. So you want to figure out what those things are. So once you've done that, the next step is number 2. You want to trim the fat. And by trimming the fat, that's getting rid of all the things that you really don't need to be spending money on. For me, that looks like eating out fast food, going and grabbing a quick breakfast sandwich or iced coffee in the morning, or just going by the store and picking up things that I really didn't have any plans to buy at the time, and figuring out where I can cut those things out of my budget if they are keeping me from my savings goals. Now, if they are not, go ahead and do what you do. But if you're identifying the expenses coming out that really aren't a part of your plan, you want to go ahead and trim those things out. And you can do that only by going back and looking at what you've been spending your money on. The third thing that you want to do when it comes to creating a budget is you need to humble yourself. And for me, that means I have to realize that I can't try to keep up with other people. I can't go out here and try to present myself to be something that I'm not and spend money to look a certain way or have a certain thing so that I look like I have it all together when I don't. And finally, the fourth thing that you want to do when it comes to creating your budget is identify the difference between needs versus wants. There are things that you might be spending your money on that you think you absolutely have to have, and I can tell you from experience, a lot of those things are just not necessary. So identify the difference between a need and a want, and then sacrifice some of your wants. Take care of your needs for sure, and sacrifice some of your wants if you have to in order to get to where you want to go. So that's just a little bit of detail on how to actually go about setting your budget. I'm going to have to come back with a part 3, but that's a good place for you to start for now. Until next time, stay tuned, stay stacking, and keep making money moves.